Mean Deal is exposing Diddy's relationship with his mom. And this is not the first time we've seen the mother-son relationship where it is very weird. R. Kelly even came out and said how his mom used to wear red lipstick and she would drink from a cup and he would want to drink from that same spot that red lipstick was on because he wanted to kiss her. Ugh. Okay. And his daughter also said he did some things to her. So we starting to see a pattern that it's either a family member or that mom that creates these relationships that are very weird. Let's get into this and see what he's talking about.
My guy, Gene Deal, happy to have you back on the platform, man. We got a lot to get into, man. Diddy mom, she came out defending her son, man. How you feel about that? She made a comment saying that he's not a monster.
I guess this is my newfound career, so I'm going to say what my mind and what I think, brother. First of all, that's his mother. Wrong, right, or indifferent, right. She going to lie, steal, kill, and protect her child. Mm-hmm. That's what she's supposed to do. But the apple don't fall far from the tree, man. No. You got to realize that. You know, he didn't get all this from his daddy because he didn't know his daddy, even though they try to say his daddy was some big-time drug dealer in the whole nine yards.
Oh, was he?
You understand? He didn't get this from his daddy. You got to realize, man, you know, his mother had a modeling agency, and it was alleged that it was also ladies of the night, a prostitution ring too, or these ladies was doing things other than modeling.
So you telling me he grew up seeing his mom with her modeling agency and was like, I want to do that, or I'm interested. Sir. Okay. Secondly, this is weird. Okay, why does everything have to come back to sex? They say sex sells, okay, cool, but there's other things that sell as well, like talent. Hello? It's not the first time we heard models and sex in the same sentence, but can we be normal humans? Can we just be regular? Like, this is why we have these type of people out here with these sick mentalities and these sick fetishes. Like, y'all are feeding them. Not y'all, you, but them nasty people are feeding these fetishes.
So the apple don't fall far from the tree. You know? So now you got to understand this, and looking at her and some of the stuff that he was saying, and their relationship has changed since I knew them, since I was around them. You understand? This man was talking about that his mother could take her palms and bend over and put them down on the floor. Not bend over, but she could stand straight up and put her palms on the floor, bruh. He's saying that about his mother. Who describes any of their mother action like that in a sexual way?
Yeah.
And then, you know, I don't know how many dudes do kiss their mother in their mouth when they 50, 60 years old or something like that.
That's weird.
That's them. That's their whole thing, man. But that was a little kind of weird for me.
Yeah.
And then his mother wore the same white fingernail polish that Cassie described that he liked to see her and other models in when she was describing her lawsuit. And what's crazy to me is that, man, it seemed like him and his mother had this, I don't want to get too deep, man, this Oedipus complex thing. You know what I mean?
What's
and
Oedipus?
A lot of people going to say, yo, Oedipus complex. Well, let me just tell you a brief story so you'll know. Oedipus it may have been Greek mythology, or it was probably Greek mythology or something like that, but it's a story about a young man that was told that he was going to kill his father and marry his mother. So on the way, this young man had grown up, you know, he didn't know that he was an orphan and then was adopted by a family. He thought the family he was with was his mother and father, but it wasn't. So on the way to this town, he gets into an argument with this other man and he kills him. He kills that man. Then he goes into that town. A lady is weeping about her husband, being told that her husband was dead, and he ended up marrying that lady, which was his mother. So Sigmund Freud came up with this thing about this Oedipus complex, about a sexual relationship, whether it's physical or mental, with a mother and a son. So
this is nasty.
I'm looking at his mother and him on the couch, and both of them are getting IVs after one of the Diddy parties. Allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly because I wasn't there and I didn't know. But they showed them both getting IVs on the couch. So my whole thing about this thing is that I'm not saying that she was ever at a freak off. She was ever at that type of party. But you can't tell me Miss Janice Combs, who was always at the regular parties, didn't know nothing about the freak off parties. This is the same dude, bruh, that used to disrespect his mother. So I seen the love now that they have for each other only on film and camera. You know, on the YouTube or Instagram or wherever they were showing it and stuff like that. But this the same guy that Kirk Burrows once told me he slapped his mother. And I told everybody, had I known he slapped his mother after I told Kirk Burrows, Kirk told me after I straightened his ass out for cussing his mama out. His mother came in a limousine and he was on the phone and she said, yo, why don't you tell these people like that? And he just cussed her clean out like on some, didn't I tell you to stay out my motherfucking business? And I was like, yo, I was shocked. She didn't say nothing. I said to him, I said, yo, boy, let me tell you something. If you ever cuss your mama again, I'm going to beat the shit out you.
And Gene is giving that old school. Once he said fingernail polish, I knew he was old school, okay? But yeah, you're not, first of all, you're not finna curse out your mom in front of me. Either I'm going to exit the spot and never speak to you again, or I'm going to say something in the moment, because that's kind of crazy. Like, that's your mom who gave birth to you, especially if she's there for you the way he's describing.
You ain't going to bring nothing but bad luck to us treating your mama like that.
I like that.
So I guess he ain't treating his mama like that no more. But I don't have no qualms in her defending her son. I don't have no qualms in her defending her son. You got to understand that, man. Miss Janice Combs been around for a long time, and she's a trendsetter. Where you think Little Kim, Mary J. Blige, and the rest of them get that blonde hair from?
Oh, no.
She popped up in the club with the blonde hair, the nails, the eyelashes, way before they was doing it. You know, people used to think that she was Lil' Kim's mama, or Lil' Kim was trying to be her daughter. Because they used to say they look alike. But I don't have no qualms in her defending her son. That's what she's supposed to do, man.
Right.
And if she didn't,
we would think
I would
something's
look
up.
different at her.
Exactly. We were like, huh?
And
why?
You know your son like I said, I don't blame her, man. You know, I really don't blame her. I remember a time like, and this when I stopped working for Diddy, is that we was in the office and she's just come at me, and it wasn't in a way in which you do and a person that's there to protect your son. You know what I'm saying? She's just always bothered me for whatever reason. You know, people laugh and joke and say that when I say this back in the day, you know, I'm 6'7", 30 in the waist, handsome in the face. You understand? She used to come at me a certain way that it made Puff real mad this particular day. And I don't know what happened. I'm outside the office and he got Justin there. So my responsibility is him and Justin, nobody else. I don't give a what goes on in that office, what happens, stuff like that. My responsibility is him and Justin. That's it.
Okay.
Now, they got interns. They got everybody walking around the office the whole 9 yards. She said, yo, Gene, I need you to go to my car. You know, I said, go to your car. She said, yeah, I got some food in my car. I want you to go get it. I said, I'm not here for that. I ain't here for that. I'm not going to get your food. She was like, why everybody do what I tell them to do except you? I said, because I don't work for you.
Hello.
I said, I don't work for you. Why are you always asking me when you got all these interns around here to do like that? And Puff must have heard something. Puff came out that door. Why you always messing with Gene? Leave Gene alone. He was talking to his mother like this. He was like, yo, leave Gene alone. You always messing with Gene. Stop it. From that, and then he said, yo, Paul, figure something out. I said, he ain't got to figure nothing out. After I finished working with him, I never went back. I never went back. So she was dating young guys back then. So, you know, that's her thing. You know, the way she dressed is not age appropriate. And I know some women going to say, how she supposed to dress? She could dress whatever she want to. Now, listen to me, man.
As long as they wasn't underage.
I ain't going to have
it's still weird,
my mama around my friends or nobody with some me drawers on and talking about, you know, she my mama. I don't give a I ain't gonna be talking about my mama is bending over, putting her palms on the floor with her white fingernails. So, listen, I'm just reminiscing and thinking back, man. I could see through their whole experiences and what they've done and how they've been towards each other, back and forth, this, that, and the third, that her son is right now is in a fight for his life. You understand? But instead of being his friend, she should, or whatever she was, or however she was, she should have been a mama and checked his ass when he was doing all that dirty shit and when he was doing all that shit that he was doing and he's been accused for. And that's what it is.
She probably didn't know everything, but she knew some of it. Now listen, I ain't saying he right in telling the truth. All his stories are alleged. We don't know how true they are. But Gene is old school and he remembers a lot. Okay? He remembers all the weird things that was going on. And he remember them freak-off parties. I know he do. He was securing them freak-off parties. I'm sure of it. Y'all let me know in the comment section down below how y'all feel about this one, because it's a weird one. This is touchy. It's his mom. But we all know it come from somewhere, you know, or something happened where it messed with their mental, whatever. Y'all let me know how you feel about this topic. And with that being said, Gene Deal.